Hello, my dear students. This is Mrs. Shaymah Gharib, and today's lesson about dividing whole and decimal numbers by 10, 100, and 1000. Let's start by revising some rules before you watch any video. First, you have to sit in a quiet place. You should have your pen and a piece of paper to take notes and to solve questions. You should pause the video after each question, then you try to answer on your own, then play the video to check your answer and to understand the question in case you get a wrong answer. Are you ready? Let's start. Dividing decimals by 10. Look at this number here. It's a decimal number. It has a 1 decimal place. When we divide a number by 10, it means this number will be smaller, and each digit in this number will be 1 place smaller, which means, for example, this one is in the 10th place. When it is 1 place smaller, it will be in the units place. And this 3 is in the units place. So when it is 1 place smaller, so it will be in the 10th place. And this 2 is in the 10th place. So when it is 1 place smaller, so it will be in the 100th place. So when I divide by 10, each digit in the number is getting smaller by 1 place. So we can do this by just moving the decimal point 1 place to the left. So let's see how. If this is the decimal point, I'm going to move it 1 place to the left direction. So when we do this with number 13.2, I will move this decimal point 1 place to the left. So it will be here between the 1 and 3. Then my number will be 1.32. As you can see, the 1 was in the tens. It became in the ones. The 3 was in the units or in the ones. It became in the tenth. And the 2 was in the tenth. It became in the hundredth. Is this clear? So the number is getting smaller by 1 place. Now, if I have 2.4 divided by 10, we said we're going to move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So it will be here. Can I start a number by a decimal point? No, I have to put 0 before the decimal point. So it will be 0.24 or 24 hundredths. 0.67 divided by 10, we're going to move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So it will be 0.067 or 67 thousandths. 0.9 divided by 10, I will move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So it will be here. Then the number will be 0.09 or 9 hundredths. As you can see, it was 9 in the tenths, became 9 hundredths, which is 1 place smaller. 136.2 divided by 10. So when I move the decimal point 1 place to the left, decimal point will be between the 3 and the 6. So the number will be 13.62. Now I have a whole number. It does not have a decimal point. We can say that the decimal point is coming after the ones place. So there is a decimal point here, but we don't write it because this is a whole number. So when we move it 1 place to the left, it will be between the 4 and the 5. So the answer will be 4.5. Or we can say we put a decimal point after 1 place. 6 divided by 10. We said there is a decimal point after the units, but we don't write it because this is a whole number. So when we move it one place to the left, it will be here before the 6. So we need to put 0 in the ones, and the number will be 6/10 or 0.6. It was ones, and it's getting smaller by one place, so it will be 6/10. Dividing decimals by 100. We have a decimal number here, and we want to divide it by 100. We said when we divide by 10, each digit in the number is getting smaller by one place. Here, when we divide by 100, so each digit in the number will be getting smaller by 2 places. How we can do this? By moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. 2 places to the left. So let's do it here. When I move this decimal point, 1, 2. So the number will be 4.132. Each digit in the number is smaller by 2 places. So the 2 was in the tenths, it became in the thousandths. The 3 was in the ones, it became in the hundredths. And the 1 was in the tenths, it became in the tenths. And the 4 was in the hundreds, it became in the ones or units. Is this clear? So we will always do the same, moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. And we said we don't start a number by a decimal point, so we have to put 0 in the ones place, then we write our decimal point, then the number. So it will be 0.214. 8.67 divided by 100. I don't have 2 places to the left. I only have 8 in the ones place or in the units place. So I need to add one more place before the 8. So I will add 0 before the 8. When I put a 0 before any whole number, it doesn't affect its value. So it will stay as it is, nothing change. So now I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left, so the number will be 0.0867. Is this clear? So when you don't have enough places, you add 0 before the whole number. 0.9 divided by 100. If I want to move the decimal point 2 places to the left, I will find that I only have one place which has this 0. So I will add 1 0 to be able to move it 2 places to the left. Then the number will be 0.009 or 9 thousandths. So as you can see in all these answers, the numbers are smaller because we divide. 136.2 divided by 100. Let's move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So it will be here between the 1 and the 3. So it will be 1.362. If I have a whole number, such 981 divided by 100. We said the decimal point is after the units place, but we don't have to write it because it is a whole number. We said also that when we divide a whole number by 100, we can move the decimal point that we don't see, which is here, 2 places to the left, or we can add a decimal point after 2 places. So 1, 2, then I will add a decimal point. So the answer will be, and remember, when I count 1, 2, I always start from the right. Okay? So the answer will be 9.81. 45 divided by 100, I will do exactly the same. I will put a decimal point after 2 places. 1, 2, then I will put my decimal point. So can I write it 0.45? No, I have to put 0 because there is no number starts with just the decimal point. I have to put 0 in the units place as a placeholder. So it will be 0.45 or 45 hundredths. 9 divided by 100, I only have one digit. And I need to put the decimal point after 2 places. So I will put 0 before the 9. It's still 9 as it is. Nothing changed. The value didn't change at all. It's still 9. But now I change it how it looks like to be able to put a decimal point after 2 places. 1, 2, then a decimal point. And as we said, we don't start a number by a decimal point, so I have to put a 0 in the ones place as a placeholder, so it will be 0.09 or 9 hundredths. Now let's talk about dividing by 1000. Exactly the same. When I divide by 1000, the answer is smaller. And each digit in the number is getting smaller by 3 places. So, for example, let's see how we can do it. We can do it by moving the decimal point 3 places to the left. So this is a decimal point. I'm going to move it 3 places to the left. Let's do it here. 1, 2, 3. Can I write the number starting with a decimal point? No, it should be here after moving 3 places. So I have to put 0 in the ones place as a placeholder. So the number will be 0.4132. 21.4 divided by 1000. If I moved the decimal point 3 places to the left, I only have 2 places. So I will add 0 before this 21. It's still 21 as it is. Nothing changed. It didn't affect the value of the number. So now I have 3 places, so I can move the decimal point 3 places to the left, so it will be here. So my number will be 0.0214. 8.67 divided by 1000. In this case, I only have 1 place to the left. So how many places do I need to add? 2 places. Why? Because I need to move the decimal point to the left 3 places, and I only have 1 place. So I added 2 zeros to have the 3 places that I need. Then I start to move, and when I add zeros before any whole number, it doesn't affect the value of the number. The number is still as it is. It's still 8. Nothing changed. So I will move it now. 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point will be in this location, and as we said, we are going to write 0 as a placeholder. So the answer will be 0.00867. Let's see next question. 0.9 divided by 1000. I will do exactly the same. I need 2 more places to the left to be able to move my decimal point 3 places to the left. So it will be here. So the number will be 0.0009. 1362, this is a whole number, and we said there is a decimal point after the ones place. We don't write it when we write whole numbers. So if we imagined that there is decimal point here, and we are going to move it 3 places, 1, 2, 3. Or we said also we can just add a decimal point after 3 places, and we start to count the places from the write 1, 2, 3, then I will add the decimal point here between the 1 and the 3. So the answer will be 1.362. 465 divided by 1000, it's a whole number also, so I will add a decimal point after 3 places. 1, 2, 3, then I will add the decimal point to the left here. So now, what should I do? I have to put a 0 as a placeholder before the decimal point. So it will be 0.465. What if I have a 2-digit number divided by 1000 and it's a whole number? We need 3 places. So if I added 0 before the number, as we said before, it does not affect the value of the number. It is still 98 as it is. So now I can put a decimal point after 3 places. 1, 2, 3, and then I will put a decimal point. Then I will write my number 0.098. 7 divided by 1000, which is 7 over 1000, which is 7 thousandths, which means 7 in the thousandths place. So if I added 2 zeros to have thousandths place, now I have a 3-digit number, 7 and 0 and 0. So when I put a decimal point here at the beginning, so the value will be 0.007. Is this clear? Now it's our questions time. 2 divided by 10, we said when we divide by 10, I put a decimal point after 1 place. And also I can say 2 divided by 10 is 2 tenths. How do we write 2 tenths? Think, I will show you all the questions and then you will answer and check your answer with the video. So as we said at the beginning, it's 2 tenths or 2 divided by 10, or put a decimal point after 1 place. So it will be 0.2 or 2 tenths. 45 divided by 100, which means 45 over 100 or 45 hundredths. How to write 45 hundredths? 0.45. Also, I can put a decimal point after 2 places. So 1, 2, then the decimal point, then the placeholder, so it will be 0.45. What about the last one? When I divide by 1000, it means I will put a decimal point after 3 places. I already have 3 places, 1, 2, 3, then the decimal point. So it will be 0.137 or 137 thousandths. 78 divided by 10, I will put a decimal point after 1 place. So the answer will be 7.8. Here, 4,132 divided by 1000. So I will put a decimal point after 3 places. I will count from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3, then the decimal point. So the answer will be 4.132. or 4 and 132 thousandths. 867 divided by 100, which means a decimal point will be added after 2 places. So I will count 1, 2, then I will put the decimal point between the 8 and the 6. So the answer will be 8.67. Now, if I have 4 divided by 100, 5 divided by 1000. And 16 divided by 1000. Let's see, 4 divided by 100 is same as 4 over 100 or 4 hundredths, which means 4 in the hundredths place. Or we can say also that we can put a decimal point after 2 places, and I only have 1 digit, so I need to add 1 more 0 here before the 4 to have 2 places. Then I will put the decimal point, and this is how do we write 4 hundredths. Okay, 5 divided by 1000, exactly the same. It's same as 5 over 1000, which is 5 thousandths. So how to write 5 thousandths? 5 in the thousandth place. And we also can say, I need 3 places, so I will add 2 zeros before the 5 to be able to put a decimal point after 3 places. So it will be 0.005. 16 divided by 1000, I have 2 digits and I need 1 digit more to put the decimal point after 3 places. So 1, 2, 3, then the decimal point. So the answer will be 0.016. Now we know how we divide whole numbers by 10 and 100 and 1000. Let's now start dividing decimal numbers. If I have 13.2 divided by 10, 21.4 divided by 100, and all these examples here. Let's start by the first one. When we divide by 10, we said we move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So the decimal point will be moved 1 place to the left, so it will be between the 1 and the 3, 1.32. 21.4 divided by 100. When I divide by 100, I move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So here it is 1, then 2. So the decimal point will be here. And don't forget to put 0 at the beginning as a placeholder. So it will be 0.214. Here we divide by 1000. So the decimal point will be moved 3 places. I only have 1 digit, so I will add 2 zeros before the 8. Then I will move the decimal point 3 places, 1, 2, 3, so it will be here. Then the number will be 0.00867. 0.9 divided by 10, I will move the decimal point 1 place to the left, so it will be 0.09. 413.2 divided by 1000, I will move the decimal point 3 places to the left, 1, 2, 3, so it will be here. So the number will be 0.4132. 8.67 divided by 100, I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. I only have 1 digit to the left, so I will add 0 before the whole number. So I can move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. The decimal point will be here. So the number will be 0.0867. This is the end of our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you as soon as possible. Please remember that your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much and have a nice day.